Okay, I just want to talk about what an odd and even function is. Now, if you're looking at an odd function, basically, if I was going to draw an odd function, if that was one side of the odd function, the other side would look like that. Okay, if that was a 3, and that would have to be a minus 3. So basically with the odd function, if you get this half of the graph, you get that half of the graph, and you rotate it 180 degrees, then you get the other half of the graph. So you basically, whatever you put in for a positive, so if you put 2 in for a positive and you get like a value, let's just say that value was 1, then when you put in minus 2, you will get the same value but a different sign. So you get minus 1. Okay, so it's going to be, if you put in a negative f of x, you're going to get minus f of x. They're going to be exactly the same thing on both sides. It's just that they're going to be a different sign. Okay, so that's what an odd function is. It's actually called point symmetry. That's the type of symmetry it is. And it's rotational symmetry. But it repeats after half a turn. Okay, so if you turn it halfway around or 180 degrees, it will repeat. Like if you look at a different diagram on that, like the classic one's your cubic, it's a really good odd function. If you take this part here and you rotate it 180, so you're going to end up with this half here. So you're going to get the same thing for the positive as for if you put in the negative x, positive x or negative x, but they're going to be the same value, but they're going to be a different sign. Okay, and now let's just look at the even function. So if we look at what an even function is, so basically with an even function, it has what's called line symmetry. So whatever I have on this side, it would have to be exactly the same on that side. So say that was 4, that would be minus 4. So they both go up to 2. So it is a reflection in this y-axis. So it reflects in the y-axis. And it has symmetry, and the type of symmetry that it has is called line symmetry. So if you put in positive f of x, so say I put a value here, let's say 3, and I get a number there, you'll get the same, exactly the same value as if you put in the negative x. Okay, so if you put in x equals 3, let's just say y will be 2. Then when you put in x equals minus 3, then the y value would be minus 2. So another look at a function that is even. Your parabolas are all even because they have symmetry about the y-axis. If you drew anything, whereas when you fold it in half, it'll be exactly the same on the other side. So say I was looking at this and I was trying to get the other half of the graph so that it is actually even, I would have to just, as if I'm folding it in half, like when you used to do butterflies. So folded in half, it has to be the same on both sides. Whereas with the cubics, it's the same on this side, but it's going to be the negative of the same thing on the other side, if you get what I mean.